There we go.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Since this is Matt and I's last break, I was actually watching some of our old break videos, and I noticed that almost every single time I begin break unknowingly with "I hope everyone had a wonderful blank." So I'm going to continue that tradition and say I hope everyone had a wonderful 2 asynchronous days. And yeah, Matt, announcements.
Great. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on today for break. So first of all, announcements. Nora. Butler.
Wait, I think Nora might have been the last one from last break.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. Kate, then.
I think you're still looking at last breaks.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Is Mr. Key or Mr. Raymond first on here?
I think that's still last breaks.
Will Cox, tell me when I get to the beginning of this one.
I do have an announcement, but I'd like Mr. Peters to go first.
Okay, we'll start with Mr. Peters. I'll go to the.
Okay. Thank you. First, I'd like to say thank you so much to Josefina and Matt for their leadership this year. I thought they were wonderful. They set a great tone in every break, and they were just great examples for how things should be conducted. So kudos to them. Please give them a big shout out. I think that's wonderful. And then my second announcement is today officially the press release finally came out acknowledging that our very own York's Sophia Sinico was indeed selected as the CCS Scholar Athlete. And as I mentioned before, 152 schools, over 158,000 high school students in our section, which is like a small state. And for our little school and one of our athletes to attain that honor is really wonderful. And the other thing I'd like to say is I just so appreciate everybody's positive attitude during these sort of trying times, and that everybody's staying engaged and curious and taking care of themselves. And just kudos to everybody as we run up to the end of the year. Thank you.
All right, I believe now, if I'm right, Mr. Wilcox?
You are right. You got it. Third time's a charm, Matthew.
There we go.
How's everybody doing today? I have a little guest with me, and this is my son, Lucas. Hi. I am here to make a break announcement about SHIELD. It is time for your SHIELD applications to be turned in to me. But first, I'd like to say thank you for all the SHIELD members. You guys did a wonderful job. The advancement office and the admissions office would have a hard time surviving without you. So there are going to be some changes this year. We are now going to accept rising 9th graders who have been to York for a year. So if you're currently an 8th grader and you want to apply for SHIELD for next year, bring it on. All you have to do is email me and have that email or turn in your application by Friday, May the 1st. Okay, so email me, I'll send you an application, and then we'll get that all situated, okay? Do you have anything to add, Mr. Raymond, to that?
I love everything that I just heard, and I just want to thank our students who have been participating in SHIELD this year. It's been really wonderful to see you tell the York story, to share your love for York. And SHIELD is a program that represents your commitment to the program, and you are our best ambassadors in the community. And the work that you do to help families and prospective students understand what's wonderful about York School is invaluable. So thank you for doing that. And if you're interested in joining SHIELD, please email Mr. Wilcox so we can review your applications.
And I'm very excited to see all the applications this year. So, and there's a couple who came in late last year. Don't be late this year, okay? You know who you are. All right, ciao.
All right, Dr. Giacchetti, I believe.
Yeah, I wanted to recognize a student. The Monterey Bay chapter of the World Affairs Council for the first time sponsored an essay contest this year. And the question was, if you could change something in current world affairs, what would it be? And this student wrote a really excellent essay on Syria. And so our very own Jasmine Aga won the first contest of this contest history. So round of applause for her. She got a cash prize for that and recognition. So something for you all to keep your eye out for next year. And also they offer scholarships for if you're planning to attend local four-year and community colleges. So that again is the World Affairs Council. Thank you.
Thank you. Caden?
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I want to preface this by saying that I could say the reason it's been such a long time is that I've been taking time to write all of this out, but really the truth is that I wrote this in about 20 minutes this morning and never proofread it. So yeah, with the COVID lockdown, I've had a lot more time to cook, and I cut my finger chopping cheese, but I think I may have greater problems. I heard Trump is banning shredded cheese to make America great again. And speaking of food, where the heck are you supposed to get chicken broth in bulk? Other than the stock market, of course. I love how I can just hear Mr. Wilcox. Or Mr. Raymond.
Thank you, Caden, finally.
Why is the skeleton a bad liar? Well, you can see right through it. Now, obviously, I can't really hear your reactions to that, but my friends say that they don't like skeleton puns, so I should probably put more backbone into them. And, I also just found out I'm colorblind, and to be honest, the diagnosis came completely out of the purple. Thankfully, my hearing is working great, but my phone had been having some issues with iTunes. Not to worry, because I changed its name to Titanic, and it's syncing now. This one's great. Whiteboards are remarkable. I was accused of being a plagiarist, and that's their word, not mine. A question a lot of people ask me as Punmeister is, when does a joke become a dad joke? And I've always said it's when the punchline becomes apparent. But the problem with that is that I tell dad jokes and I don't even have kids. So I guess that makes me a faux pas.
Thank you for the French shout out, Caden.
You're welcome. I told one of my friends that she drew her eyebrows too high, and she seemed surprised. Now, this one's for Mr. Williams. What do you get when you drop a piano down a mine shaft? You get a flat minor. And it just gets deeper from there, because what do you get when you drop a piano on a military base? A flat major. And finally, what do you get when you drop a piano on a triplex? A diminished triad. Oh, I love this one. Geology rocks. One bird can't make a pun, but two can. And someone, me obviously, has been stealing the tires off of police cars recently, and the police are working tirelessly to find him. A pirate went to philosophy club on D-Day at 11 a.m. and found out why pirates exist. They think, therefore they are. And finally, my last one. Why is a pencil and a York microwave a match made in heaven? Well, when they met, sparks flew. Thank you.
Oh my good lord. That was like a fever dream. All right, and we still have another announcement too, I think, for Mr. Raymond.
Whew, that was amazing. That was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. The Punmeister lives on. What a great tradition for York School. I just wanted to remind everybody that this Monday is our official study day. So that's Monday, April 27th. Historically, the study day has been a day for students to rejuvenate after a really busy Festival of Arts weekend. It's also a day where we say to you, what a great time to take a look at the assessment calendar for what we've traditionally called final exams, to create your own study calendar so that you can have time to prepare, to space out your studying and do your best for the end of the year. So in tomorrow's Falcon, we'll be publishing the spring assessment calendar. Thank you to Mrs. Moneypenny and the department chairs who've been working really hard over the last couple of weeks to create a great assessment calendar for everybody. You will see on the assessment calendar your assessments for all of your individual courses, including your AP exams. If you have any questions about AP exams, please speak with the wonderful Mr. Dean Partlow and take a look at that assessment calendar on Monday. Build your own study calendar. Reach out to teachers if you have questions and if you need some extra support. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Raymond. I'm pretty sure we're good for sophomore speeches unless anyone else has an announcement.
I don't see any chat saying they have an announcement, so our sophomore speech is Frank.
Hello. Well, with my eyes practically glued to my computer screen, my fingers hammered furiously on the keyboard. After a particularly frenzied combo of clicking and clacking of the mouse and keyboard, I erupted from my seat, emitting a loud, yeah. It was 1 in the morning, but every last drop of tiredness was forced from my body by adrenaline. In retrospect, I probably looked dumb, pumping my fists in a celebration that nobody would see in the middle of the night. But at that moment, I felt invincible. I love gaming, especially League of Legends. I live for that rush of pure electricity that shoots through my body whenever I gain a victory, execute a cool move, or discover a new feature of the game. There has never been anything nearly as powerful as the instant satisfaction that gaming brings me, and it has me hooked. In 9th grade, I started out playing sparingly in an attempt to keep my grades steady. But soon, so I could get my fix of League each day. It became my stress reliever, a procrastination tool, my conversation starter, and my energizer all rolled into one. When I was making space for League each day, all the less important things had to go. My other interests, such as reading and writing, were abandoned. My homework was moved into the mornings before school, and who needed sleep anyways? Honestly, what's the difference if I lost 2 hours of sleep? A lot, actually. I felt tired at school, especially in the afternoon classes, and my homework was sloppy or even late. And the sole thing I talked about was League and other games. My grades only dropped slightly, but my comments showed that gaming affected my attitude and productivity in class. I only read 3 books outside of mandatory reading when I used to read at least a book per week. My parents were obviously unimpressed with my obsession. During the summer, they sat me down and talked to me about the issue of gaming. They were surprisingly calm, and even though they didn't approve of gaming, they gave me a trade-off. The simple version was I could either go to school in the United States and do my best, or I could stay in China and play all the video games I wanted. At the same time, I was reading a book called The Compound Effect, which mentioned that if there was something that one was addicted to, or one could test quitting it for a month or so, if the pangs of longing were too intense, making it unimaginable to separate it from one's life, then the activity should be discontinued. Gaming, especially League, fit perfectly into this category. I chose to come back to the United States and do my best, and throughout the summer, I engaged in sports, committed to a diet, wrote essays, and read books. I decided that of all the things I could participate in, gaming wouldn't be my priority. There were so many activities I could join, so many possibilities I could explore, and by gaming, I would lose the chance to experience life. By the end of summer, I was on a plane ride back to the United States. Ironically, the first thing I did when I arrived was to start a game of League. In the first week, I tried to game less to achieve a balance between games and my studies. To an extent, it succeeded. I wasn't playing League all night, and more importantly, I was doing all my homework. By the second week, I was gradually increasing the time spent on gaming. On the weekends, after playing 3 matches in a row, I came to realize that I was following the same path I had taken the last year. In a moment of clarity, I recalled what my parents told me a month ago. It's sometimes easier to just stop completely than to try and limit yourself to a small amount. I wanted to stop, and more importantly, I needed to stop. So I just stopped. 1 month later, I haven't looked back once. Thank you.
All right, and now it's not the end of break this time. We have our next year's Executive Student Council inaugurations. So I believe first up is tech officers.
All right. Well, first of all, big shout out to Frank in terms of eliminating one of the biggest enemy to the tech team, that, at least what used to be. So had I been hearing that in the chapel, I would give that a stand up. So for this, I made possibly the world's best neck lens with a Nokia and a broken earphone. Caden Hoffman.
Yes, sir.
And Gabriel, I'm sorry, I did not know how to pronounce your last name.
God, finally.
Do you, in the name of the best cell phone ever made in the human's history, swear to preserve the integrity, the stability, and the functionality of your devices?
I do.
I do.
Garrett, what do you have to add?
I don't really have anything to add. I just wanted to say thank you for this position. It's been an honor serving, regardless of all the broken printers that we had to fix and other things. Sure, it's been frustrating, but on to the next group. I wish you guys luck. I hope the curse doesn't get you, but yeah.
Speaking of
Thank
that,
you for your service. You will be remembered.
Professor is keeping our email addresses, so even after we graduate, we'll still hound over anyone who abuses printers.
Thank you.
Whoever that's next.
I think I'm next. So I just want to say thank you to both exec and general. I learned a lot in the past year, and I'm really happy to work with all of you. Now I'm excited to announce that Seth Madden will be the new secretary for exec. Seth, where are you?
Hello, I'm here.
As secretary, I think taking notes will be a huge part of your job. So I think my gift to Seth will be a notebook.
Ta-da. Thank you.
All right, I guess it's my turn. So I'm just gonna keep this pretty sweet and short. So Leo Del Toro is the next treasurer, and I just have a few things and just say I do or yes after I say them.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Do you swear to assist the rest of student council by knowing and managing the student council budget?
I do.
Do you swear to run the drinks booth at Fall Fair?
I do.
And do you swear to assist all of student council whenever called upon?
I do.
Okay, so Alex Shee, I guess most of you guys know who Alex Shee is. He was the exec treasurer before me, and he gave me this dollar bill, but I wanted to start a tradition. I put it in a frame and his face is there. So probably, I guess during graduation, I don't know when I'm going to give this to you, but the one thing I want you to do is make sure every exec treasurer hands a stamp to the next one just to start the tradition. I think it'd be really great.
God bless. Sounds good.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.
All right, I'm up next. Celeste, I just want to give you some of the essentials of any board meeting. I'm going to do my best considering I can't actually hand you anything. So first things first, I have notebook and pencils for you to keep track of your thoughts. Make sure you take notes and look back on them, reflect on them, talk with your friends, and make sure that you can really represent the student opinion at the board meetings. Next, if I haven't learned anything else from the board meetings, it's that all of the trustee members really like their water bottles. They like to stay hydrated during the 3-hour-long meetings. So it kind of looks like a sippy cup, but every single board member has one of these, trust me. So you'll need this also. And next, for those presentations with the financial reporters, they talk with a lot of words like net profit margins and preliminary estimates and a bunch of other things that don't sound like English. Just pretend that you know what they're talking about and bring this calculator. It'll really help you look like you know what's going on and you definitely know what accrued interest means. And lastly, and most importantly, you'll need to have these 3 traits: confidence, ambition, and kindness. I think they're the most important traits to have as a student rep, and I think you're gonna do an amazing job considering I've always seen these traits in you. Congratulations, Celeste, and I look forward to seeing all the amazing work that you do as our next student rep.
Thank you.
Whoop, Pepe, whoop.
Okay, so I think it's activities coordinator's turn. So I just wanted to start off by thanking exec and general student council for all the memories. I'll miss you guys next year.
Yeah, me too. I've had so much fun planning activities and working with everyone. So I'm really grateful that I got to work with Sion and everyone else. So yeah, thank you.
So Courtney and Gabrielle, where are you guys? Show yourself.
Hi.
Okay. So do you guys to not use all of executive's budget next year?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you swear to always dress up for Spirit Days no matter how ridiculous you look?
I do. Yes, we do.
Okay. Here's some candy to keep you sweet.
Here's some bubbles so you stay bubbly.
Some lights so you can light up executive and general with your amazing ideas.
And lastly, here are some biodegradable water balloons so you can carry on our legacy of hosting a water fight each year.
You are now the new activities coordinators. Congrats and have fun next year. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, is Matthew here?
I am.
And is are Kate and Kevin here?
We are here.
All right. Well then, it looks like it's our turn.
Oh, what, this? Oh, yeah. I didn't realize.
No.
So we're going to, there used to be a tradition of printing out the vice president's freshman photo really large. You get to be saved of that because we can't do that, so they're small.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And my printer doesn't work, so he gets to be.
We wanted to continue that tradition, but this time with the vice president as well. So we hope you guys will continue that next year as well.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, basically, we're doing these freshman photos now. This is a tradition. We're starting it. It's happening. Okay. Also, what we want to do is bring out the 6 emblems of York presidency. We've decided to, hand some items down in order to help the new president and vice president. So first, Josefina, you can start it out.
We have a watch so that you know exactly how late break has gone.
All right. Here we have running shoes for Kevin. So you can so you can make it to meetings at lunch that you forgot about.
Next, Kate, we have a bottle of Advil so that you can make it through general meetings.
Gonna need a lot of that.
You will need it. Okay. Then we have, this hasn't been done before, a calculator, Kevin, so you can tally up class points. For next year's juniors, you probably can just use your hands, but for every other class,
AP counting.
there you go.
All right. And last but not least, no, sorry, not last. Next, we have a pair of sunglasses so you can shield yourself from all the awkward eye contact made during break.
And lastly, Kevin, we have the York Constitution. Actually, this is just a stack of paper, but effectively, they will have the same impact on your job. Here you go.
Oh my God.
All right. Now we come to the handing over of our robes. So Kate and Kevin, please take ours so that you can lead from comfort during this time of COVID-19.
This is harder to take off with one hand than I expected. All right. All right. So, you have our crowns, you have our robes, and now you have the 6 emblems of the York student body. So, Josefina?
So, last but not least, could you guys both repeat after me? I, Kate or Kevin, do promise.
I, Kate, do promise.
Yeah, I promise.
To run each break with as much enthusiasm as possible, no matter how hard senioritis hits.
To run each break with as much enthusiasm as possible, no matter how hard senioritis hits. Something like that.
To be as welcoming to the 8th grade as I am to the seniors.
Be as welcoming to the 8th grade as I am to the seniors.
To participate in every spirit day, no matter how ridiculous I look.
To participate in every spirit day, no matter how ridiculous I look.
And to be this school's fearless leader until graduation does me part.
And to be
the school's fearless leader until
graduation does this part.
All right, and so everyone give it up for your new president and vice president, Kate Crawford.
Thank you.
This man will be leading you. All right.
All right, I guess we're gonna end break. I just wanted to start by saying I'm really excited for the upcoming school year. I know I'm gonna miss Josie and Matt leading every break, and I also just want to thank Josefina for setting the example because I think she really embodies everything that a president should be. And I want you to feel confident in our next student council too. It's going to be all about you guys next year, and you deserve the high school experience that you've been imagining. We're going to work hard to make it happen for you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you both so much. I looked up to Matthew all year, and I knew it was definitely a position I wanted to take a shot at just because he inspired me and the way he walked down the commons, just creating enthusiasm everywhere he went. It just inspired not only me, but I hope I speak for the rest of the community. And both of you guys did an amazing job. It was just such a fun year, and I couldn't have imagined it any other way, even if I wanted to. So I think that's it for us. So go to class.
Go to class.
Go to class.
Woo!